Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online, and in today's video I want to discuss the latest devlog, which is about the Amarr succession trials. But before that, you can see that I'm on my main. I'm also in Iona, so in Galente space, and you can see a mining ship in the background. So maybe I'll start with a little bit of an update about what I've been doing in the last week or so. I did spend some time in Providence. I've been doing some of the easier anomalies, but there's still some work to be done there. I need to get a PvE feed in Providence, or maybe another ship like a Vexor Navy issue or a Gila. Those have been suggested by the viewers that they could handle much more difficult anomalies than what I'm doing at the moment. But I did have to come back here to Galente space to do a little bit of post maintenance, a little bit of PI maintenance. And what I'm planning to do next is actually move our research and industrial operation a little bit closer to Providence so that I have easier access to it. At the moment I need to either jump clone or travel more than 20 jumps in an interceptor. It just costs too much time, so I need one final big job that's got like a little bit more than a week to go, and then I'll be able to move everything closer to Providence. And so that's one thing that I'm preparing for. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm still preparing for the citadels. Now that we know that they will basically be the centerpiece of the next expansion, I definitely want to be ready for a citadel of my own. I mean, a medium one I think is easy, but I would like to shoot for a large citadel. And as such, I'm not ashamed to say that I've been mining a little bit. I've been compressing the ore so that I can move it to where it will be needed, possibly to make my citadel or possibly to just buy it outright from the market. But yeah, a large citadel is what I'm going for, and that does require some preparation, I think. And so I'm working on that as well. That does mean that I don't have the most exciting in-game footage at the moment, but that's all part of the sandbox, of course. Basically, I am in preparation mode for EVE Online at the moment. So let's move on to the meat of the matter here, because this video is about the latest devblog. Let's go for community, devblogs, and then announcing the Amarr Championship. So what did CCP decide here? They are basically going to go with a tournament format. So with the death of Jamil Sarum, the Amarr Empire is going to hold succession trials. There will be 6 houses that will be able to select a representative. It's House Ardishapur, Sarum, Tashmir Khan, House Kador, House Khorazor, and House Khanit, which is a bit controversial. But basically each house will be able to select up to 4 captains, up to 4 teams. And then within these 4 teams, they'll have to battle it out for who becomes the actual representative. Then all those representatives from the 6 houses will battle it out again, and then the 2 final teams will get to go to FanFest to hold the finals and decide who will become the next emperor or empress of the Amarr Empire. So it is pretty cool. It is a tournament format, and at the moment we are at a stage where you could apply as a captain for a team. But there are some significant requirements if you actually want to apply for this or to be a part of that team. So first of all, you need 0.5 standings with the Amarr Empire, and characters that have been openly hostile to the Amarr Empire in the past may have lower chances. That actually fits together a little bit. I had 0.02 Amarr standing, and I did 3 career agents, and now I'm at 0.6. So I do think that this is fixable as long as you've not gone completely overboard against the Amarr Empire, and you've not like joined faction warfare against them and went to -5 or something like that. That's not going to be fixable anymore, and it will also mean that you have lower chances to be selected. But 0.5 for anyone that has not been openly hostile to the Amarr Empire, I think is very doable between now and October 11th, which is until then that you have to apply as a captain for a team. Another one is you do not need to be Amarr to be eligible to apply, but certain heirs may value Amarr characters, and I think it's at least 3 of them that have basically said, well, we want Amarr pilots representing us. So keep that in mind. If you're Galential or Caldari, I think it's still doable. You have like half the spots still left, but as a Minmatar character, I think it's going to be pretty damn hard to actually become one of those representatives. So to apply, you need text description in one of the posts below. You need a video showcasing your skills in combat, and you basically, and this is actually a really big one, you basically need to be ready to be going to FanFest like right now, because you need to either provide proof of your passport or to have a passport application in progress. So I feel that it's an out of game requirement, but it's actually a pretty big one, because you need to basically be certain that yes, I'll be able to go to FanFest at a moment's notice, just to apply to have a chance to join the preliminaries for this event. I feel it's a very steep requirement. And then finally, it's actually not here in the requirements, and it really should have been, because it's a major in-game one. You need to make sure that members of your team can fly all sub-capital Amarr ships other than Marauders, Black Ops, and Tech 2 industrial ships. That is huge, because I don't think that a lot of characters actually meet that requirement, especially amongst the newer players. So if I go for my own situation, I'll quickly show you guys my ISIS for the Amarr here. I'm pretty much there. I can fly everything except for the Guardian, which is like 5 days away, and the Legion. So for me, this is still fixable. You know, I could get in every ship before the application deadline ends, but I won't be able to fly them as needed. And the command ships especially, that's just a really big sink for skills required just to be able to apply and to be a part of one of these teams. So after that, as I've said, it's going to be a tournament format where first every house will decide who will be their representative, and that is, let me see if I can find the dates for that. That will be the first weekend of November, so 7th and 8th, and it will be live on EVE TV with a full studio. So again, here you can see it's obviously the tournament format. After that, the representative of all the houses will hold their preliminaries the weekend after that, 14th and 15th of November, and then the 2 finalists will get to go to FanFest, and there it will be done live on stage. So the fact that we're talking about live at EVE TV, like the Alliance tournaments, these matches will take place on Tranquility and competitors must supply their own items. This basically means to me that it's just a small tournament that they're holding, a small Alliance tournament, and the prize is a trip to Iceland to FanFest and a golden magnet, and then of course be able to say that, well, you've been the representative of the new Emperor of the Amarr Empire. But I must be honest, I'm also a little bit disappointed by this, because I feel that means it is going to be completely isolated from the actual game world. I mean, it's probably, if it's Alliance tournament, it's basically you get teleported to Joe's space, you have your match there, they'll commentate it, it will be out on Twitch, but no one will be able to witness it. In game, you won't be able to interfere in it. It's just a completely separate entity from the game world, and to me that also separates it quite heavily from the in-game lore, and that's why I am a little bit disappointed by this. Not only are there very steep requirements, which I can quickly show that to you guys as well, just how steep they are. Let's go for the application threads here. We've got House Ardishapur, 1 retracted, 2 and 3 applications so far, so not a full bracket. Next up, let's go for House Kador. We've got 1 and 2 applications. That's it. So they still need basically 2 full teams of 8 players that will meet all of these requirements just to fill the Kador bracket. That's pretty big actually. Here's House Khanit. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 application withdrawn, 5 and 6 applications, so that's looking pretty healthy. They can select who they actually want to be a part of the first bracket there. Then we've got Corazor, that is 1, 2 and 3 applications, so again still needing a team just to fill up the bracket there. Then we've got House Sarum with 1, 2 and 3 applications again. And then we've got House Tashmir Khan with 1, 2 and 3 applications. So that means that if I'm counting correctly, they need at least 6 more teams to apply just to fill their intended bracket. That's 1/4 of the players that they need, and all of those players would need, let's see, 6 teams, so 24 more players would need to be able to fly all of those Amarr ships, have the reputation, and then be able to fly to FanFest, be ready basically with a passport. It looks to me like the tournament format is the choice that CCP has made, but it feels to me like it's very restrictive. You basically already need to be a part of an Alliance tournament team or a major Alliance and to be a veteran player just to be able to apply for this. And that does disappoint me a little bit. It also feels like it's not a part of the in-game world because it's just a small tournament held on the side. No one can interfere, no one can see it, and that does disappoint me a little bit. I'll be honest by that. If I had my way around the succession trials, I would say start by holding fun events that anyone can join in Amarr space. Have some free-for-alls in the Amarr space, have some races, maybe have some events based around industry where corporations could show their support to a house by providing stuff that could like build up points or something towards a team. Maybe have like a donation system. There is so much fun stuff that you could do that would include, if not all, at least a large part of the player base. And then at some point, of course, if you want to hold a small tournament and have finals at FanFest, you can still have a cutoff point where you say, okay guys, for this next event, if you're actually going to join here as trying to become a representative, you have to be sure that you'll be able to come to FanFest. That's entirely reasonable, but honestly, it's just a small tournament, and I don't feel that it fits as a part of the lore. I would have much preferred fun events that anyone could join, anyone could have a shot at. People could interfere with, people could try and sabotage other people, and then just basically make a cutoff point, and you don't even need a tournament. You just have like a coronation ceremony or something like that at FanFest with where the final 2 representatives have to duel it out or something like that. You could have, I feel that you could have made this much more in-game, part of the lore, part of the world, that players could have witnessed it, could have influenced it like this. To me, while fully understandable, I mean, they know how the tournament work, they have EVE TV ready, and so it's going to be a small tournament. I'm definitely gonna watch it, but it is not the format that I had hoped for these succession trials, and I think that the restrictions on it are very, very severe, and that it's actually going to be a very difficult task for them to actually find enough teams to completely fill the brackets and to show us like basically a full tournament with 24 teams that are going to fight over all of this. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Amarr Championships. I'll be honest guys, I am a little bit disappointed, and I would love to hear your feedback on that, especially for me, the fact that I do pretty much meet the requirements. You know, I could apply as a captain. The big hurdle for me is 2 ways. First of all, I'd need to put a team together, and I only know my brother that is also eligible, so I'd need to find a couple strangers on the internet that meet all of these requirements, and I need to basically be able to say right now, okay, I can go to FanFest, which is pretty hard for me to do at the moment. So those are my barriers, but I would love to know yours. You know, had you hoped to be able to have an influence or to be able to join these succession trials, and what is going to keep you from actually doing that? Is your Amarr rep the problem? Is flying the ships the problem? Is going to FanFest the problem? Or is just putting a team together the problem? Or are you a part of them? I would love to hear about that as well, if some of my viewers would actually be a part of the Amarr succession trials or have applied for that. I would love that as well, and keep an eye on you guys, and I would definitely support viewers to try and see them go far in the tournament, of course. But yeah, my general perspective on this is that I'm a little bit disappointed with the format that CCP chose. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video then, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.